Hey guys, Miss Tiffany here. I am here just to tell you a little bit more information about the 22-23 Pell Grant, Pell Grant information and form. So this is if you are filling out your Pell Grant for next year, for this coming up fall. You have probably already done it. Hopefully you've already done it for this year, but this is more information for next year. So a lot of students think that can do this once and it's done for the next however many years you're in school, but that's not the case. You have to renew it, refile for Pell Grant every year, and this is some information for the 22-23 year. A lot of times I have questions about certain sections, or students want to know what information you need, so this is just a brief overview to give you an idea about that. For the 22-23 Pell Grant, you need the 2020 tax information. So if you're under 24, you'll need your parents' tax information, and if of course your tax information if you file taxes, but that is the information you will need. There's also some other questions that you might have to ask your parents along the way. So if you have never logged in, if you've never filled out Pell Grant information, if for some reason this is your first year going to school, college, you're going to go to studentaid.gov. You're going to go to complete the FAFSA form, and you're going to go start here. So you're going to fill out like you're going to do your new FAFSA information. So of course you're going to do, I'm a student, want to access the FAFSA form. Log in. You're going to have to give your general information, name, your birth date, your security number, and then it's going to give you your FAFSA ID. And so if you've already, of course, if you've been at Bevel and or if you've been at another school and you've already filled out your FAFSA for this year or previous years, you're actually just going to go to the 22-23 and do start that FAFSA form. So, you'll just actually be renewing it for this year. So it starts with your information, personal information. Again, your social security number, your birth date. It's going to ask for your email address, your mailing address. This is New Hampshire, but it's because it's just a guide. It's going to ask, have you lived in Alabama for the last 5 years? Are you a U.S. citizen? I'm kind of going through these fast just because they're general information questions. Are you a legal resident? How long? This is going to ask about how did you complete your high school as of the 22-23 year. What was your completion of high school? And it's also going to be asking what degree are you working on? Are you working on your associate's degree because you're here at Bevel, or if you're transferring, you're going to be working on your first bachelor's degree. So of course it's going to ask your gender, and if you are registered for selective service. It's going to ask your driver's license number. It's also going to ask, are you a foster youth, or have you been in the foster care system at any time? Then it's going to ask what was the highest school completed by your parents. It's going to say, have you ever received federal aid before? Have you ever received a Pell Grant before? And then it's going to ask for your high school. So again, if you've, more than likely 90% of my students watching this has already filled out their Pell Grant for this previous year, for this year now. And so you've already got your high school information in there. So it should list your high school information right there. And you'll just go to the next section. If not, you'll have to enter it. You can search it by the state, the city, and the name. This is where it's really important. So even if it's your first year, or if it's your second year, or if you're planning on transferring, this is where you're going to put in your college information. So here you are going to put in, of course, Bevel State if you're coming next year. If you're graduating this May or this summer and you're planning on transferring in the fall to another school, you need to, even if you've already completed your FAFSA for next year, you need to go in and add those colleges. So I think you can add up to 10. So any college that you might be choosing, that might be a possibility, I would go ahead and add those in. That way that's out of the way. You don't have to go in and fix it multiple times. You can put that in there. This is how you search. Most people don't know the code. You have to search by the state, the city, and the name of the college. And then again, you just go in and click which college you're searching for. On the Bevel campus, we don't have dorms, so you'll either be off campus or with parents. What is your marital status as of today? Do you have any children? Do you have any dependents? This is still asking questions about you. This is about military, those questions are. And were you homeless or self-supporting? This is saying, will you provide information about your parents? Again, if you're under 24, you have to do that. This is asking about your parents' marital status, your parents' social security number, date of birth. These are things that you're going to need to know ahead of time, or have it filled out with, or have your parents fill it out with you at that time. If you live like in a two-parent household, you'll put both information in. This is asking, how many dependent children live with your parents? And are there any other dependents in your parents' household? And then it'll ask, how many dependents does your parents have in college here? Okay, so this is asking about tax information. The best thing you can do is use this IRS data retrieval tool. You'll log in with your parents' FAFSA ID, and it will directly connect to their tax refund information, and it will automatically put it in there. There are maybe one or two questions that you might have to put in as far as like what your actual parents' wages are. I'm not sure that it pulls that information, but for the most part, it puts everything in. If you don't do that, you have to have your parents' tax information, and you have to manually go in line by line and put that information in. So this is asking to proceed to that thing. This is asking which parent's FAFSA ID do you want to put in. And again, just a few questions, but a lot of that is auto-populated with the retrieval tool, your parents' assets. And then now it's going to ask, have you completed a tax return? You can either say already completed, or you don't plan on, if you didn't work, you don't have to file. You can put that. But if you did work and you filed taxes, this is where you would use it, and you would retrieve your tax information. And again, the same questions again. There we go. This is going to ask, are you a paid preparer? And you see it says this is rare, and it is. I've never had a student that had to put yes. So if you're filling it out yourself, you're not a paid preparer. You're doing it on your own. Even if somebody here at the college is helping you, that's not a paid preparer. So almost, I would say 99.99% of the time, the answer to that is no. Okay, so of course it's saying you're not done. Just because you've filled everything out, if you don't go in and sign and submit, it is not completed. So you have to do that. This is just an overall summary of everything you've already put in. So it's all the questions they've asked and the answers you have given. More of the summary. Okay, this is where you have to agree. This is asking you about the signature status. So student, you signed with your FAFSA ID. Now you're just going to have to sign in with your parents' FAFSA ID. Again, another one of those agreement things. This is where it's asking you to enter the parents' FAFSA ID. And then it says, congratulations, you filled out that form. So that is the end. So again, this is just a brief overview. This is not a do it this way and get it done. This is just information for you to know what things you'll need to get your FAFSA completed for next year, and an idea of the questions they ask. Again, now is the time to be filling out your FAFSA for this upcoming fall. School starts in August. That is not long. And again, you have to do this every year. So if you have not done it, no matter if you're going to be at Bevel, if you're graduating and transferring, no matter what, you still need to have this FAFSA completed. We at SSS Jasper would love to help you. That's what we're here for, is to be beneficial and to help you through this process. So feel free to contact us and let us walk you through all of this. And said, we're here to help you in any way possible. I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.